XRP Ripple stay order granted. Both parties agreed. But there might be a little strategy involved. You know, XRP Ripple asked for the stay first, then the SEC agreed. What might be up with that? Let's look at the article and we'll talk about it. At the time of this recording, XRP is at 56 cents. Looks like we came up a little bit. Let's move on. Looks like crypto trading funds been kind of going sideways. It hasn't given me, well, the opportunity that it gave me to cash out. I missed in trading in and out of this particular coin. And we'll have some more news about this particular coin and some developments that they have coming up tomorrow. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Let's look at XDC. Looks like XDC is at, well, let's call it 2.5 cents per. And I'll be having Quincy Jones, a developer of XDC, one of the developers that works for them, on the show probably next week, maybe next week sometime. Everything still works out. So that'll be kind of fun. That's why I'm kind of going over XDC right now. Let's move on. Let's go ahead and get started with the article talking about XRP Ripple. The stay order has been granted. Ripple Labs requests stay order amid ongoing XRP lawsuits as price reclaims 56 cents. Ripple Labs has taken a significant step by requesting a stay order regarding the monetary judgment in its ongoing lawsuit with the SEC. This legal maneuver indicates the company's intent to challenge financial penalties imposed and highlights ongoing negotiations between Ripple and the SEC. Former SEC attorneys believe that there's a substantial chance of an appeal being filed, adding a layer of uncertainty to the resolution of the case. Ripple Labs seeks a stay order amid legal proceedings. And we'll talk about this because I feel like there's a couple strategies going on here. We'll talk about those strategies. On August 7th, Ripple Labs formally filed a letter seeking a stay order on the monetary aspect of the court judgment that mandates the company to pay $125 million to the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission. This request comes in the wake of Judge Annalisa Torres' ruling granting Ripple only 2 days to comply with the payment. Interestingly, the SEC has consented to the request, signaling a possible collaborative stance as both parties prepare for potential appeals. We're going to talk about that. I think I see what's going on here and see if you agree with me. The implications of a potential appeal. Legal experts, including attorney Fred Rispoli, note that the likelihood of an appeal in the XRP lawsuit has notably increased following Ripple's application for a stay. Both Ripple and the SEC have reached an agreement to hold 111% of the monetary judgment in trust, effectively postponing the payment until the conclusion of the appeal process or 30 days after the appeal deadline. Given the SEC's ability to contest ruling outcomes within a 60-day window, former SEC lawyers predict an appeal could be forthcoming, motivated by concerns regarding the implications of the initial ruling. Analyzing XRP community concerns. The XRP community has raised several pertinent questions concerning the ramifications of an appeal, particularly regarding financial liability. James Farrell, a former SEC attorney, explained that should Ripple successfully contest the appeals, they would be entitled to recover the $125 million penalty. However, without a cross appeal by Ripple, it would implicitly concede to the ruling, preventing further contention on the monetary judgment. Consequently, clarity on the SEC's obligations in the event of a Ripple victory remains uncertain, leaving stakeholders apprehensive about financial outcomes. Market reactions and XRP pricing dynamics. In response to the legal development, XRP price has shown a notable resilience, reclaiming the 56-cent mark after a brief fluctuation. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that. It's just mumbo jumbo about pricing. The conclusion: the current developments in the Ripple SEC lawsuit highlight the complexities of regulatory enforcement in the cryptocurrency space. Ripple's request for a stay order indicates its strategic approach to managing potential liabilities while preparing for a likely appeal process. As both parties navigate their legal strategies, the XRP market remains vigilant. Adapting to real-time development, stakeholders are advised to stay informed as the lawsuit progresses, as its outcomes could have far-reaching implications for Ripple and the wider crypto market. Now, concerning the whole strategy idea that I was talking about on the implications of a potential appeal. Okay, so notice this is not an appeal. This is a stay on the payment, and it leaves open, of course it's still open for an appeal, I think 60 days past August the 7th. Anyway, but by filing a stay on the payment, and then they're putting it in, I think, an escrow account. Yeah, agree. The SEC to reach agreement to hold 111% monetary judgment in a trust. So they're going to put more than enough in the trust there. And I believe this is just a strategic move to test resolve of the SEC. They could have went ahead and paid it, but then they would still be floating in the air of if they're going to get an appeal. So by doing this, they don't actually transfer the money and delay things. It's held. So if it's going to be held, it's kind of saying, hey, we might do something, And so the SEC is like, yeah, go ahead, file that. We might do something too. So I think that because Brad Garlinghouse has said that they're not looking at doing an appeal. So this looks like a strategic move to test the resolve, to maybe bring forward an appeal if there's going to be one. And I know that these ex-attorneys said, they feel like the SEC would appeal. But I don't know that this SEC, after all the negative press that they've gotten, will appeal. Because if they did lose, because they've lost some lately, if they did lose even this 125 million appeal, that would be a devastating loss for them. It would be egg on their face, right? It'd be really rough for them if they lost this particular appeal. It'd be a super victory for XRP. So I think that's what this is. This is a strategic move to test resolve, and it's just a puffing up of both sides. And their quick response, was a puffing like, because we might do something too. And so everybody looks at that, and we see here what it's kind of created. But so that's my thoughts. Could it still be that there's an appeal? Well, sure. We don't know the future, but that's my guess. What do you think? Do you think that my idea is on target, or do you have a better idea? And there's a lot of great ideas out there. Tell me what you think about the appeal process. If you agree that this is just a puffing up of the chests to test resolve, put a 1 in the comments. And if you think it's something else, put what you think it is. And then kind of like to kind of get a feel for what everybody's kind of thinking about this appeal process. Well, listen, please like and subscribe. You'll see these icons popping up around you. You can get yourself a decent wallet. There's several options in my contacts. By the way, I had a big response. I've only mentioned Caleb and Brown a few times, but Caleb and Brown contacted me and said, hey, look, several people contacted us. If you're interested in exit strategies and having a broker to handle things, also when the exchanges shut down, every time there's a huge spike in the market, several exchanges shut down, Coinbase all the time. But during those high times, if you can't sell, you're stuck. If you have Caleb and Brown doing the institutional grade custody that they have, and then you told them to sell, they have huge liquidity, and they can move far more coin than a typical exchange could ever think of. So they're a great solution for an exit strategy. They also can help you in planning. So there's a link in the description for that as well. Hey, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next video.